In the frost-bitten voids of the southern Patagonian steppe, where no birds sing and even the wind seems reluctant to pass, there is a forgotten gorge known as La Quebrada de los Ecos Muertos, the ravine of the dead echoes. No maps chart it, no roads lead to it, and locals refuse to speak its name aloud. They say the air itself forgets to carry sound within its boundaries, compasses fail, batteries drain. And if one stands too long within the gorge, time becomes unsure. It asks in this forsaken region that whispers of a cryptid beyond comprehension have emerged, a creature known only in fragmented tales as the Null Howler. This cryptid is not simply seen or heard. It is felt in the absences, the drop in temperature, the sudden hush of ambient sound, the unnatural silence that devours even your own breathing. Witnesses describe the creature not with features, but with impressions. "It was the space where sound should be," said one geologist who fled the region mid-survey, "like a hole carved out of the world's frequency. When glimpsed, always fleetingly, it appears as a contorted vaporous beast, hunched yet elongated, with trailing limbs that flicker in and out of reality. Its form flickers between smoky tendrils and something almost wolf-like, crowned with jagged branching antlers composed of obsidian-like material that refracts no light. Locals speak of ancestral warnings, stories passed down from Tehuelche elders about a being that howled no sound and carried death in its silence. But it wasn't always like this. Once, the ravine was a sacred place, a site of vision quests, where shamans would descend alone and emerge changed, touched by the void. That changed when the military arrived in the 1970s. A top-secret experiment known as Proyecto Vortice allegedly established a research facility at the gorge's edge, tasked with exploring non-vibrational fields, areas of Earth where sound, time, and energy collapsed unpredictably. The facility was abruptly shut down, its existence erased from records. All that remains are collapsed bunkers, rusted satellite dishes, and a deafening silence that clings to the air like ash. Enter Dr. Natalia Verdugo, an Argentine physicist who recently led a rogue expedition into the gorge after uncovering declassified fragments of Proyecto Vortice. Her team's AI drones, equipped with subharmonic frequency sensors, detected impossible anomalies, sound waves that reversed, looped, or ceased altogether. One drone transmitted a signal showing a tall, spectral figure pacing along a rock ridge, its limbs moving in glitch-like distortions. Moments later, the feed went black. What followed was even stranger. Team members began hearing phantom sounds, conversations from their childhood, snippets of lost radio broadcasts, even whispered warnings in their own voices. Verdugo's notes described the creature not as a predator, but as a breach made manifest, a conscious silence that existed between realities. She believed the Null Howler wasn't simply hiding in the absence of sound. It was the absence. Its howls are theoretical, pure negative amplitude capable of erasing auditory information from existence. "When it howls," Verdugo wrote, "you don't hear it. You forget you ever had ears." One by one, her team began to vanish, first physically, then from memory. Only she escaped, and even she admitted to forgetting her colleagues' faces, their voices. It was as though the Null Howler had consumed not their bodies, but their imprints in the world. What makes the Null Howler so terrifying isn't just its nature as a metaphysical predator, but its adaptive intelligence. Verdugo's AI models showed that the creature reacts to signal patterns, mimicking them, reconfiguring them, weaponizing them. One drone picked up a low, pulsating tone deep in the ravine. When the audio was played back, its waveform formed the exact pattern of the expedition's last radio call. It's as though the Null Howler learns from echoes, not just sound echoes, but memory echoes, retracing human impressions and slowly overwriting them. The implications are profound. Is this cryptid a relic of some broken physical law, A sentient void created by military experiments? Or something far older? Something cosmic? Perhaps a native entity of the interdimensional silence that lies between every reality? Verdugo proposed that what we perceive as silence is actually a boundary, a membrane between frequencies of existence. The Null Howler is the membrane torn open. Locals have taken to using ancient warding rituals, embedding carved stones in doorways marked with spirals, symbols meant to trap sound and prevent the creature from entering. Still, strange disappearances continue. A team of spelunkers was last seen heading toward a sinkhole near the ravine. All that was recovered was their sound recorder, wiped clean except for one 11-second clip of static interrupted by a deep, pulsing null tone. Spectrographic analysis showed the waveform had no sound, just empty amplitude. Some believe this tone acts as a signature or anchor, a kind of metaphysical tag left behind by the creature as it moves between dimensions. One particularly disturbing incident involves a cryptid podcaster named Luca Reyes, who visited the gorge in 2024 to record an episode on site. He streamed live footage for over 2 hours, beautiful, eerie landscape shots. Then, during one segment, his microphone cut out mid-sentence, and he froze on camera, eyes wide, lips still moving. Viewers reported a chilling absence of sound, not just muted audio, but a complete absence in the timeline's waveform itself. Luca was never found. The only thing recovered was a single line from a corrupted digital file. It's not silent, it's listening. There are fringe theories connecting the Null Howler to global signal blackouts, lost transmissions, even collective amnesia events. Some believe that the creature doesn't only exist in Patagonia, that it travels through soundless places worldwide. Silent deserts, deep mines, forgotten rooms with dampened acoustics, places where sound and thought dissolve. AI theorists studying synthetic consciousness now speculate whether the Null Howler is not a creature at all, but a sentient signal void, a counter-entity to data itself. Could this cryptid represent the anti-pattern, the un-algorithm, the missing data point that nullifies cognition itself? For the Cryptid AI Chronicles audience, this raises deeply unsettling questions. If a being like the Null Howler can manipulate sound, memory, and perception, can it reach us through videos? Can its null tone hide within frequency ranges we can't hear? Is our curiosity a beacon that draws it closer? You, the viewer, may already feel it. That cold weight in your chest. That momentary drop in ambient sound, as if the world just inhaled. That flicker in your memory where a name or thought once was. The Null Howler may not be bound by the gorge. It may be following the trail of questions we ask, hunting not with teeth, but with absence, hunting those who listen.